Hey guys, what's going on? So this week I wanted to make Matt drag me around in the dinghy and show you guys a video that I wish that I could have found on YouTube when we came down to Key West. It's pretty much all about the anchorages. We're going to be talking about the marinas, the location, prices, but the prices might change, and we're going to talk about the mooring field and where you can anchor on the hook. So stay tuned to hear some tips, maybe some things that you didn't think of, and I hope it helps some of you guys out. Alright guys, so we did a little bit of research, and obviously we've been living here for how many months now? 5 months, so we've seen pretty much the ins and outs of all the different places you can anchor your boat.
We've seen it all. So
let's start off with the marinas. If you got a little more Cheddar Banks and you like to stay at the marinas, a little more luxury, a little more comfort, we have 2 locations, and I would say these are probably the furthest south. There's other marinas in Key West, but these are like the furthest south, the most popular ones. We have the Garrison Bight Marina and the Key West Bight Marina.
The Garrison Bight Marina transient dockage is $2.20 per day per foot of your boat. It has the historic row of all the old fishing boats, so you definitely want to check that out while you're there. It also has all the old historic floating barges that people built. These are like 2-story mansions that float around. Pretty cool. It's like something that I think you can only kind of see here in Key West. And then it also is a full service marina, so you can do a little more work on your boat there. Garrison
Bight Marina has 245 slips. They have the normal amenities that's going to make everyone happy. They also have this really good Thai restaurant that we've had sushi at a couple times. It's really good. But the main thing I think that makes this marina stick out is not only the price is less, it's where all the houseboats are from back in the day. You guys can look that up. There's a whole big history on it, but they're really cool. Some are not probably from that time, and they're just like newer boats kind of made together. Matt calls it the old houseboat trailer park, pretty much.
It's like a giant floating trailer park. It's more like a floating suburb, really, because they're all like 2-story houses. There's actually some really interesting ones, like from an architectural standpoint. Pretty cool looking boats. Remember that big white one? Looks like some weird like Miami house that floats around, but they're pretty cool, interesting to look at. You could probably even rent one. I'm sure they're available for rent if you decide to just come down and check it out.
Also, if you have those foldable bikes or anything like that, you're really close to the grocery stores pretty much at that location.
Yeah, Garrison Bight's closer to the grocery stores. It's a little bit further from downtown, a little bit quieter out there. So if you're looking to just relax, take it easy, get a little work done on your boat, Garrison Bight would definitely be the marina for you, I think.
All right, so now we can go back and we can take a look at the Key West Bight Marina.
The Key West Bight Marina is $3.30 transient dockage per foot per day.
So in the Key West Bight Marina is located pretty much when we first came in, because we came in on the, what side is it? What side?
It's on It's on the north side of the island. Okay. Yeah, it's northwest side of the island, I guess.
So we came in and we passed by there. It pretty much has all the same amenities as every other marina, so there's nothing special there. But what makes the Key West Bight Marina special, I think, is that it is a little more money, but it's in a really great location. It's right on the historic side of Key West, so it has a lot of old bars, all the old-fashioned schooner, is that how you say it, schooner boats?
Yeah, it's got really good restaurants, really good bars that are right there on the dock, and then it's only about a 30-minute walk to the world-famous Duval Street.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. There's some really good people watching there. The only thing is, if you live there, there's like a lot of bums that ride their dinghies over that kind of live there, and they will argue with each other, which is kind of entertaining. Free entertainment. You get to watch that and have a good time watching these lunatics fight with each other. But there is that presence, so just so you know, there's a little bit more of a loose cannon presence around. And then
it's not too bad, but
they're not too bad. They stay in check pretty well, but you will see them. You will see all the crazy dinghies that all the Wisteria Island people live in, and they take around, and it's pretty crazy sometimes. But really nice marina for...
I think a lot of people that live there are people that have been living there for a long time. They enjoy the area. The customer service is pretty good there.
Yeah, the marina's great. The dock master's cool. He takes care of you. There's water if you have a lease. Even if you pay for like a dinghy dock lease, I think they allow you a certain amount of water so that you can, jerry can it back and forth to your boat. So it's a pretty good marina. The scenery, the setting's really nice. It's you get to see all the tourists going to the restaurants. There's some shops there. It's a really good brewery right next to it. So it's pretty cool marina. A little more fanfare, I'd say, than Garrison Bight, but more expensive as well. So you get what you pay for.
All right, guys, so we moved inside because I started freezing, and I thought it'd be better to move inside, take down the ambiance a little, but not have to wear a jacket. Okay, so the next thing we want to take a look at is the mooring field. It's located north of Garrison Bight Marina. It is currently priced at $350 a month, and I think it's $19.50 per day. And you pretty much, if you don't know what a mooring field is,
it's basically just 140 or so short anchors that the marina engineered to kind of dig them into the ground or spike them into the coral if it's coral around a rock bed, or if it's mud or whatever, they'll just drive down like a helix mooring. Basically, it's just a really sturdy engineered anchor that doesn't move. It doesn't come up and down. It's there. It's permanent. It's got a shorter scope, shorter rope that you'll be on so they can fit more boats into a smaller area. But it's basically it. It's just a really strong, permanent anchorage.
So I feel like it's a little bit pricey, but you get the same amenities, right? You get the amenities from the marina, and you have to get to the dinghy dock, which I think that's the biggest complaint I heard from the people that live there, is that the dinghy dock is pretty far. You have to go a pretty good distance to get around, and if the weather's bad or you don't have the best dinghy, it could be pretty annoying.
Sure. Yeah, it's pretty far. It's a big mooring field, so some spots are obviously closer than other spots. But once you get inside the marina area, the bight, there you have to go slower. There's other boats around. It's like a no wake zone pretty much. So there's probably it's got to be close to like half a mile that you have to just basically putt. So it's far. It's a lot of riding with your dinghy. When you anchor out and you just ride up to the city dock, you can just rip it all the way there, and you only have to go slow for just a little bit.
To me, it seems like it's always packed. They did say they don't do reservations, and they try to keep 90 spots open for transient cruisers, but it seems like it's always packed to me.
There's a ton of boats out there. It's good. The mooring's good if you have to put your boat somewhere and then leave for a week to go do business elsewhere, or if you're really tired and you just got somewhere instead of putting down an anchor, if you're unsure, you can grab that mooring ball. You're going to feel pretty safe, and you're going to get some sleep right away. And there's plenty of eyes around to keep an eye on your stuff.
Final options we have is anchoring on the hook, which is currently what we are doing.
Yeah, and the one that I would recommend, for one, it's free. That's always a big plus whenever you're cruising, especially if you're not working or you're doing some extended cruising. Anywhere you can save $1 always helps. And second, it a lot of people get into sailing for a personal challenge, and it's much more challenging to anchor out. You're going to learn a lot more. If you're always going to the marina, going to the mooring balls, it's...
It takes some talent to park in a marina. Yeah, you learn something. Park it in.
Yeah, I mean, everything takes some talent, but the thing is, it's like a 1 second thing once you're there. Basically, out on anchor is where all the cool kids live, okay?
I don't know about that. This is a not so good comment. Not all the cool kids. A lot of scary people live on the
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdos that anchor out.
But they're at the marinas too, so I take that back.
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdos at the marinas. There's a lot of weirdos
on land,
on the mooring
in your house, right next to your house.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's just weirdos are everywhere. But if you want to really live the dream, you got to anchor out. You're out here with the sunsets. You see the dolphins. The marina's cool too, though. You will see some manatees come in there, and there's some cool tarpon and stuff that swim around. But anchoring out is what you're going to do mostly in life if you're cruising. So might as well get used to it. Train yourself. Get used to running the dinghy back and forth, running your jerry cans, because boats weren't meant to be at the dock. They were meant to be out on the anchor on the hook.
There's 2 locations. There's next to Fleming Key, next to the Army base, pretty much. And then there's next to Wisteria Island. Those are the main bulk, as you would call neighborhoods, boat neighborhoods.
Yeah, those are the boat neighborhoods. The one on the west side of Fleming is pretty cool. There's a lot of boats over there, like Airbnb style boats. People will just park a sailboat there and rent it out. But it's a pretty good anchorage. You know, it's pretty protected from an easterly wind. Good, solid holding. Irma went through and sunk a lot of boats over there, though, so you have to pay attention where you drop your anchor. Or you have a good shot of dropping it on something that's already sank there. Which will hold good, but it'll be a nightmare getting your anchor out whenever you decide to leave. And there's a lot of boats over there as well. And then by Wisteria, I don't know how I would describe it without sounding too critical. Wisteria is the hood. It's the hood of the boating, basically the boating world altogether.
The more gangsters, I feel like.
Yeah, this is more of like a, I don't even know how to put it. It's the real Looney Tunes of Key West.
Not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah, like, as far as, not to go down like a morbid road, but if there is crime, which there has been out here, you know.
I think there's been crime in both spots, though. But
not as prevalent, though.
Yeah.
The Wisterias were, like, a little more, it's a little bit more drugs involved over there. There's a whole island of, like, homeless people that live on the island and dinghy back and forth to some of the dinghy docks.
That's where the problems are.
You know, not that it's not a way to live your life, but as most of you probably know in life, people that don't live in houses, that live outside, usually there's either, you know, there's a lot of craziness that goes along with that.
And for all my true crime fans out there, you can make sure, give me your suggestions on podcasts because I like them too, but just Google up some, you know, crime that might have happened next to
Murder mysteries of Key West.
Yeah, just because you know we're into that. Just look up a little crime that might have happened at boats on by Wisteria Island.
Okay, guys, so look that up, and you know, it's not that dark. It's not the thing that happens every day. But if you do anchor in some of these spots, you're definitely going to want to keep an eye on your stuff, lock up your dinghies and things like that, because there are some unsavory sorts around. Wisteria, I would just avoid. As a personal tip, unless you're staying for the night, you just don't want to.
I'm sure there's some nice people out there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's a relative thing to say. Nice to you and nice to me is a different thing. Like, it's just the protection's not that great, and it's loud over there, I'll say.
I hope that helped you make some decisions. If you searched up this video and you were looking for information, I hope this helped you out. I would have been happy to find this video back in the day. So let me know down in the comments if this video helped you out or if it was a big waste of time.
Or if we blew up your spot. Let us know if we're giving away too many of the treats and then now you're mad because we want to live here and you're telling all these tourists about our spots.
Okay. We also want to give a shout out to our big Patreon, the one that stuck through it with us for the month of January. Eric! Dun, 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 dun!
Eric, big dog, appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate it. If you guys haven't checked out our Patreon, we've been posting some other things down there. I'm going to be posting some more pictures probably there on our Patreon only feed. So make sure you go down in the links below. Check it out. We do appreciate it. Also, I wanted to say we got a couple things that update us on our provisioning video. We got, let me go grab them. This was recommended to us by a couple times from some subscribers, our Everglades seasoning. We have tried it. We do like it. I went a little heavy the first time. Got a little, what is it? There's like a lemon taste to it, I feel like. It doesn't say that, but it was a little...
Maybe it's the cumin?
Sour. There's no cumin in it. Well, I mean, there could be, but cumin is not like that.
Oh,
anyways, it was really good, and thank you for those. And also, we got ghee for our jar butter, and we're going to try it out. My brother and my sister-in-law got this for us. It's ghee butter that's grass-fed Himalayan pink salt. It's the fancy kind. You probably don't have to get the fancy kind, but we're going to try it out, and we'll let you know if it's good.
Yeah, it's basically non-perishable butter because it doesn't have the dairy It's like lactose free. They took the dairy part out of the butter, so you can just leave it on the counter. Make sure you keep the lid on it. It's going to be all good.
Yeah, we're hoping this works out for us. Fingers are crossed. So we have a little bit of time. We're going to do a few videos and have them scheduled because we don't really want to miss a weekend. And we're probably going to be leaving for the Bahamas in like a week. But you're going to have a few videos coming up for the next couple weeks while we're traveling and getting there, getting settled in. We don't want to miss a week, so we're going to pre-record some videos and get them set up.
Yeah, because we don't know how hard it's going to be. I've never been out of the country before. She's only just been on cruises, so I don't know if Wi-Fi we're going to be able to find it. We don't know. We don't know if you'll ever see us again after this. We may just go dark for a couple months. We don't know what's going to happen.
That's why we're not going dark. Your mom's probably calling 911 right now. No, son. Anyways, we hope you enjoyed this video, and we're going to see you next week. If you guys have any video ideas you want to see from us, make sure you leave them down below. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.